I shall put a torch on this side. No, that won't work. This journal never fills up. So I'm going to be folding a concertina fold, and then I'm going to attach that fold with a clip to the back cover. So if I want to expand the journal, then I can just add another concertina fold in there and expand the journal. 2 pieces of cardstock, which is handmade paper. All right, and I'm going to put that to one side. I did measure it, but for the sake of you guys, I shall measure it again. Right, so this one is in centimeters. We are talking about 10.2 centimeters by, I don't know why I keep turning the paper around, by 14.4. All right. This I'm going to make slightly shorter than the cover, so I think I'm going to work on around 14. I did pre-cut this to 14 centimeters in width, so it's just, I'd say, a 1/4 inch shorter than my cover. The size doesn't matter here. Do it in whatever size you would like the journal to be. So first thing is I'm going to give this a score, and then start to fold the accordion. I'm going to use the 1 inch just because I want to make it as short as possible so that the project can be done within the allocated time. All right, so I'm going to give it a 1 inch score. You can make it a smaller score if you so wish. Sorry, I can't see that in the light. I'm wondering if I can bring more light to the subject. Right, I'm going to just do it this way around. See, many challenges here. There's 2. All right, so let's score it on 2. Then on 3. Let's score it on 3. And on 4. Sorry that I'm working upside down, guys. This is just the way that I have light at the moment. I'm just going to put that in the 1 inch fold so that I can continue to the end. All right, so that's on 2 inch, and then on the 3 inch mark, and then on the 4 inch mark, and then on the 5 inch mark. Right, there's going to be a little bit extra there, but I don't actually mind that. I moved it. Okay, sorry, let's get this done before I should talk less and score more. All right. Let's put that to one side. All right, I'm gonna paste the last one to whatever when I add expansion. So when I add more accordions. So the idea here is that I can glue that on top when I add the expansion. So I don't care that it's not exactly that measurement doesn't exactly work out. All right. So now I'm just folding the accordion though. All right. So just giving that a good fold, and then that very last one. All right. So let's give it a good score. Right, guys, I'm not a precision crafter, so this is not about precision. It's really about sharing the idea. Okay. Right. So we've got that, and now for the front and back cover, I need at least one fold to connect it to the front and back cover. So I'm actually thinking maybe I shall cut off one fold and then just use the 2 in the middle as my example for you guys. I'm going to just cut that. I'm wondering if this screen is too close, the camera is too close to my table. If it is, please, please, please help me by giving me the correct information. Criticize this and tell me if it's too close. I'd rather try to make videos that are usable and, you know, close enough or far enough away than trying to just, you know, continuously do the same thing and then it's going to be wrong. So please, if this is too close, then please let me know. So for my next video, I can adjust how close or far it is from the screen. Right, so now I've got two of these. All right, and I'm going to attach that to my front and to my back. I'm not sure yet which way around. Let's just find out which one is my front. I think I will make that my front. It could be either way. I'll calculate that in a moment. And that's my back. And then let's see how this works out. All right, so if I do it that way, then that will stick in there. And then that will stick in there. Yeah, all right. And then we're going to cut that small bit off, actually. That's going to be a hindrance. All right, so cutting that small bit off. All right. Okay, so now I'm going to just stick this on the front cover. In the middle, you can see it's slightly shorter than the actual card. So leaving a slight thing open there. Just I've forgotten how awkward it is to record. You have to make that everybody can see everything. All right, let's do the other one. In actual fact, the very first one you could have left on the thing. You could have just stuck it on. You don't actually need a separate one to put it on. All right, I'm fine with that. Let's glue that. Again in the middle. Okay, there we go. Right, now this one, the back cover, I'm just going to roughly divide into 3. I think you can get away with less than 3 versus the size of this journal, but I think my actual plan is to make a big journal with this method, and I think you would need at least 3 or 4 to do this. All right, so we've got 14 centimeters, which is roughly, actually hold on, let's just go in from the side at least, let's say 2 centimeters, and at least 2 centimeters. That's just short of an inch, guys. 2.2 centimeters is an inch. Right, and then the middle of those two. So that's just over 10, so I'm going to make the middle in 5. Right. Now I don't know if I will be able to make a hole there. Let's see. Right. So now I should have probably done this beforehand. No. Helps to think things through. If not, I'll just try to make a hole with let's see if I can do it this way. Can I see there? Okay. And now let's just measure this again, or see how we're going to fit this in again. So if we stick that on there and stick that on there. Okay, that's good. Let's just measure where these holes are. Oh, sorry. There. Okay. So I'm going to try our best to make them correspond. I'm not sure how to. Okay, that's close enough. It's just all right. There, that one might be off. Right, so now the idea is we will stick that on. Oh, this is only going to give me one signature, so obviously because I've cut it off. Or we stick it on there. That gives me one signature. And then that fits in there. Yeah, okay. All right. I will be doing this at the end actually, but I'll show you the idea. Then if I don't get to the end or my light goes off or something, that you do understand the idea. So basically, you put that through there, open it up, another one. Sorry, they're just funny if I want to open them, so I'm just making sure they open beforehand. All right, and then the third one, you see there I have a slight problem. They're not in the same place. So there. Okay. So you get the idea. All right. And then let's just see if this is going to work now. It worked in my head, people. All right, let's see. That's the front, yep. See, none of these videos goes as easy as these other people tried to make it look. Right, so there we go. All right, so I will have place for 2 signatures. One there and one there. All right, so that first one I'm just going to stick on. Actually, what I think I'm going to do that at the end to give myself more maneuverability to sew in the signatures here. But then the idea is at the end, then you stick those two together. Let me show you from above. You stick those two together, All right. That will then give you that as a journal. And you can put a signature in there, and you can put a signature in there. And then when you wish to expand the journal, you loosen these, right? You take them out. You, with glue, attach the new, why is this now stuck? With glue, you attach new ones to the next accordion fold, and you can expand this journal forever and ever and ever. So I'm wanting to build an inspiration book or an ideas book journal. And the problem is everybody that I've seen that has done it runs out of space eventually. And I would like to, I don't know if you can go on forever and ever, but you can go on for a long time by using this method because the journal can keep expanding. All right. So leaving that out for a moment, I'm going to put that to one side. And then we're going to try to get some signatures in here. These are all my pink colored papers. Right, that one's nice. That one has roses, we can use that. That one's just normal. That one has a dove that actually needs to go in a bigger form. That one has a bit of a pattern. That one has roses. Tidy this up again. Sorry, where's my clip that I had it on? I put it on this clip, and then I hang it up. So I've got all my one colored paper together on a clip, and each clip has a different color. And I'm going to use this one as a measurement, I think. Let's just see if I do that. How big are they? I think that could work. I'm just gonna, actually I'm not gonna clean off because it caught a little bit of the dye color on yeah. So I actually think I'm gonna leave that. All right. And we might get two from here. All right. So let's fold this and fold that. All right, and then let's just see where we get to if we do this. It's just too long. All right, so let's measure it on the accordion fold. All right, there. And then if we fold it there and fold it back on itself, then we are there. All right, and that ends there. All right. I'll just do them one by one. We try and do it this way. If I'm out of screen, you guys can just shout, and I'll try to get on the screen again. Yeah, I know. Right, this one I'm just gonna cut off a very small sliver instead of cutting it by hand. Let's see if that worked. It did indeed work. All right, so we're going to do two signatures. So there's one signature, two signatures. All right. And I do want to get to the actual binding. I bind slightly different than other people. There are some old videos on my channel that you can go and check out where I literally go through the binding step by step. But I do believe we shall try. All right. Okay. These are my two signatures. All right. Now I would like to make a little guideline of where to bind. All right. Make a note. Top, bottom. All right. And then I'm going to measure. Actually, I'm going to use the inch side because it's an easy measurement to get a good distance. Right, so I'm just going to take 1 inch, and that's 5.5, and I'm going to go down to 4.5. All right, then I'm going to take that distance, which is 3.5, not dividable by 2. I think I'll put in 4 holes at least. Right. So I'm going to put, so I'm now measuring from the 2 dots that I've already measured an inch in. I have around 9 centimeters. So I'm going to do 2.5. Well, let's find middle first. So that's 4.5 is the middle. And then the half of 4.5 is 2.2, 2.3 there. Half between, okay, let's just do it again this way. 2.3-ish. Okay, that's the places I want to make holes or anything. All right. Okay, top, bottom. I'm just going to put a clip in it. I just have to check if this was one of the signatures. Hold on a moment before I confuse the issue. Right, so that's the journal. That's the back. Yeah. No, 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 no. That's the back. That's the front. So I'm gluing it like that. And then that's a signature. And then once the accordion fold is done, take the signature and work it into the accordion fold, right? Sew it in already, and then attach the accordion into the journal. I think that would be a lot easier. So I'm just going to do the other one, sew the other signature in if we've got enough time. And got it. Sorry, I was gonna close the video because I can't find the thread. All right, let's just see. We've got 1, 2, 3. Okay, and here's the needle. Guys, I was nervous to make this, and I'm still not sure. I'm gonna post it because I do want to partake in the community, and I do want to, just be a part of things. But still, it's a little bit. I'm a little bit uncertain. So if you found this helpful and if you found it interesting, I would really like a comment or just a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, I would even like a thumbs down. The algorithm rewards any participation. So even if you want to make an insult or a negative comment or whatever, or a chops down, it's still good. I'm still happy with that. It's still participation. And if I could ask if there's anybody interested in what I do and my teaching style, I'd be very interested if you, or I'd be very happy if you could press subscribe and look out for future videos from me. I'm a crafter from South Africa. There's not many of us, or there's not many of us with YouTube channels. If there is others, please let me know that you're in South Africa. I'd love to get things going like, I don't know, Happy Mail and things like that between South African junk journalists, and that would be really cool. Right, let's just see. Ugh, I shouldn't have moved that. I should not have moved that. Let's see. Let's just figure out where's top and bottom again. Yeah. All right, starting at the bottom. All right, let's go there. In. Oh, that's rather out. This is in. Out. Oops. Don't want to pull that out. Right. Yeah, that one's not in the right place. Here we go. In. Out. In. Just moving back on myself now. That all is funny. There we go. Okay, this is the only one that you really sort of pull tight. The one where you loop over yourself. The others are kind of automatically tight by just sewing in a normal fashion. And you will always end up at the same hole where you started. It always works like that. The other nice thing about this is it lies flat, because that expansion can fold flat, you know. So the journal is a flat lying journal. Right. Let's tie that off. I've left myself a very short little tail there, and I have a very long one on the other side. I should have thought of that. You see, that's what I mean with my crafting doesn't go like it does on the videos. I want to put something heavy there. No, that won't work. Something. Let's do that. I don't know if that's enough. Right, let's grab this tail. I really left myself a short tail there. Let's see if I can fix it there. All right. Okay, I've got it through, but it wants to close now much higher than I want it to. Sorry guys, just look away for a moment while I fix this. This is the part that's not supposed to be on camera. You just tie it off, people. It's easy. It's just easy. And it works every time. Every time you watch a video, it works. My world doesn't work like that. But on YouTube, it works like that every time. All right, there we go. There's the journal. All right, I would trim that off. Let's do a trim, because we are actually in time. We've got another minute to go. It's just a self-imposed limitation I've put on, because when you go, I used to remember when you went over an hour, you truly struggled with the uploading. I don't know if that is still the case, but it became really difficult when you uploaded a video longer than an hour. It would take like 4 hours to upload. I don't know if that will still be I think I made a mistake here at the bottom. I'm not cutting straight. Let's just stay close to the ruler. There we go. Okay, but you get the idea. Right, so again, if you haven't yet, it's compulsory to press subscribe. So please press subscribe. And thank you for Crafting with Tony and Seven Plaza for putting this hashtag out there and allowing all of us to partake. That is what it's all about. It's about community. It's about partaking. It's about learning from each other. It's part of what makes this junk journal community such a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful community. I love this community. I love this craft. And you keep learning, and it really, truly doesn't get boring. I'm one of those people that easily bores of a certain craft. I haven't bored of this, and I've been doing this for about 8 years already. And I still make mistakes. So please don't think that if you've been doing it for 8 years, I like to do a different challenge to myself every time. So basically it's new every time. Right, I don't know if this is straight. It's the best we're going to do for this video right now. Okay, so there we go. Let's see what it looks like. There we go. There's our journal. Front, accordion spine, open, page 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, end of that signature, and then 8 again, and the back. Thank you very much, people. I would love it if you could interact with the video. That would be wonderful. I'm just going to leave this on the screen for what would make a nice screenshot for the thumbnail. I don't know. That looks, shall we do it that way? There's the thumbnail. If you leave that on the screen, then sometimes, well, that's how it used to be like 5 years ago. Then YouTube will select that as the thumbnail for the screen. Have a nice day, everybody, and happy crafting.